Hey everyone, Chicago Bears Daily here, back with another video. Welcome back. My name is Eric. Today I'm going to be going over a little bit of what I saw in that second preseason game, Bears versus Seahawks. First thing first, Bears are 2-0 on paper. Technically, I count us as 1-1. We lost to the Chiefs, in my opinion. In my head, we lost to the Chiefs week 1. Their starters outplayed our starters. It's got to get over it. We kind of expect it, but we're moving on from that. And we took some good things there, and we brought them into this game. I overall really liked what I saw from what the first team and obviously what the rest of the team did here the other day in Seattle. I would have loved to see more playing time for the starting offense. I think we engineered a very good drive. Fields did miss a couple reads there at the end there. I think that ball that he threw to Khalil Herbert, that the one that almost got him killed. Unfortunately, Velus Jones, I think, was streaking up the middle for that first down. That's kind of where the drive stalled, but I believe he did have pressure in his face. That's something that I still really want to see Fields work on now. It looks like his throwing mechanics are better, and we are allowing him to get out of the pocket and throw on the run a little bit, especially that strike to Cole Kmet. He rolled out to his left, flipped his hips, and threw a beautiful ball down to Cole Kmet. I think that was like a 20-something yard gain. Cole Kmet got up, fired up like a beast. He looks like he's ready to just break out this season. That's the hope. But going back to what I want to see Fields work on here, I want to see him have a little bit more pocket presence and pocket awareness. What I mean by that is I want him to be a little more elusive in the pocket. I want him to step up when the sides are collapsing on him, and I want him to be able to make that sidestep to make these defenders miss if they're coming up in his face. And I know it's kind of a lot. We're asking a lot from him, but those are what I want to see. Those are like the very next steps that he has to take to buy himself a little bit more time, because with how bad of our offensive line it is, and our offensive line, they did not look well, but I'm kind of a little bit not giving them a pass, but giving them a little leeway because, first of all, we're missing Lucas Patrick, and I feel like I got that name wrong. I don't know why, but the center, you know what I mean, Lucas Patrick, that's his name. We're missing him, and we're missing another center as well. We're missing another offensive lineman as well, and we're moving all these guys around just to seeing where they fit. I've heard rumors that we're going to be moving Tevin Jenkins back to the right tackle. We're trying him out at right guard right now, so we'll see how that goes. I think he's by naturally a right tackle, so we'll see how that goes. But as of right now, our field is going to have to learn how to move around in the pocket. Otherwise, he's going to be killed this season. And I say that not lightly and really not joking at all. Our offensive line, I think we gave up the most sacks last year. So we're going to work our hardest. Our offensive line better work their hardest to not let that be the case again this year. But overall, our offense, I mean, the Seahawks, they looked pretty down bad the other day. They looked pretty down. They looked like their offense wasn't clicking and their defense wasn't clicking. Truthfully, I wish we would have broken 30. It would have been cool. I actually liked that decision to go for it on 4th and goal. And obviously we didn't get it, but it's preseason. Those are the things that you try. One thing that really, really bugged me, and I can't believe it's not on more, it's not like everywhere, is the fact that Eberflus did not throw the challenge flag on that catch that was at the ground. I mean, it was a catch. It was a catch, and preseason is the time for you to say, fuck it, I'm throwing a challenge flag. Now let's see, because first of all, there's two things that could happen when you throw a challenge flag on a play like that. One, you could be wrong, and then it's just the play stands and it's an incomplete catch. Two, the call is overturned. Your wide receiver now is fired up. He knows you have confidence in him. The rest of your team is fired up because your drive stays alive. And your fans realize you have a little bit of balls. You got some guts. Now, that's personally what I would have loved to see. That's the one thing that I would have really enjoyed to see. And obviously, I mean, it is preseason, so I can't be pissed off about it because we didn't It doesn't matter if we lose the game, and we didn't lose the game, and it didn't play really any factor in the outcome. These are like these little things that I kind of look for, especially with a new coach. I'm really, really, really hoping that Eberflus uses that as kind of like a learning experience. These coaches, these first-time head coach, he needs to learn these kind of things. I mean, he needs to learn from it as well, just as much as these players need to learn from it. And I think his answer as to why he didn't use that challenge, I believe the coaches around him on the sideline were saying that based on the video that they saw, they didn't think it was a catch. Now, I say, fuck that. Now, throw your challenge flag. It's preseason. If you think it's a catch, throw the fucking challenge flag. I mean, who cares? Like, let it ride. But, okay, enough with that. I will say our defense, our second-team defense, they absolutely crushed it against the Seattle offense. And actually, I got to give credit to Jacob Eason. I think his first name is Jacob. He played pretty well last night. They didn't put the points up. I mean, they put up 11, but they didn't put up the points that they wanted to. But he played well. Like the pocket collapsed on him multiple times, and he stood in that pocket. He's a big guy. He saved them from getting a safety. He led them to their only touchdown of the night and 2-point conversion. I feel like our defense is a little bit gassed at the end there, but once again, a name that sticks out to me is Jack Sanborn. I think it's Jack. Fuck. Sanborn, number 57. He really stood out to me. It seems like he flocks to the ball. There was one run up to the right, and he just stuck it. Like he stuck the hole, stuck the gap, and he did not let him get past him. And he seems to make every tackle everywhere at once. So he's kind of an exciting prospect here at linebacker. I'm not sure if he's a little middle linebacker or an outside linebacker, but he's an exciting one. Dominique Robinson, he is an exciting prospect as well. The converted wide receiver, cornerback to defensive end. I still don't get how that happens. But shit, I mean, if he's a tremendous athlete and it shows that he is quick, he's got long arms, he's potential. Like he's got potential to play this year, some big minutes. So I'm looking forward to that. Keep a storyline on that. What else? Our special teams played well. Velus Jones Jr. finally got his opportunity, and he returned it for 40-something yards. That was sick. That was electrifying. So I'm hoping he gets more opportunity out there. And then we didn't really cause that muff punt on Seattle's side, but we ended up getting a touchdown for it. I do feel bad for the dude that muffed it because he's going to get cut most likely. Maybe Pete Carroll has a heart. Speaking of Pete Carroll here, at first, I was kind of like, bro, what the fuck are you doing when he onside kicked it with a little over 2 minutes left in the game. I was kind of like, all right, like, fuck this. I was ready for bed. I was ready to go to bed, to be honest. But thinking at it, as we did it, the more I thought about it, it gives our rookies, it gives our newer guys, the guys that are fighting for roster spots, the game was over. And we all knew it, but I mean that onside kick, it breathes some life into the game. And our defense, as tired and gassed as they were, I got to give them some fucking credit because they stood up. They didn't allow them to score at all. I mean, it was a 2-minute drill, and they had it at their own 50-yard line, nearly just about. Maybe probably at our 40-yard line, or at their own 40-yard line, I should say. So they had to drive it, but that's tiring. And those guys were out there for a while, and to hold them to no points. I mean, it's only preseason, but these guys are fighting for roster spots. That shows they've got grit, they've got mettle, and they've got toughness. And those are what we're looking for with these younger guys, especially the guys that this new regime has brought in. We're looking for those kind of guys. Just as the announcers last night, they said that we're trying to establish a culture here of working hard, flocking to the ball, and just playing your hardest, always running, never giving up on a play. That's what we like to see. These guys did not give up, so that's what I love to see. And truthfully, Pete Carroll kicking that onside kick, it gives us film to work on. It gives us more practice, and these guys, I think we're better off for it. So at first I said, fuck you, you're being petty. But then I was thinking, like, that's actually sick. It's exciting for both sides. They need the Seattle, to be honest, they needed something. And we gave them something, to be honest. That muff punt. It was not Daz Newsome's fault, I will say. I like Daz Newsome a lot. I'm trying to root for him so bad. It seems like things are just not going his way, man. It sucks. It sucks because when we drafted him, I think it was last year, and he broke his collarbone. He was out for the year, never got any opportunity. He's had the shittiest luck. So I've been rooting for him since we drafted him. He had some sick college highlights. I can't remember which college off the top of my head, but I remember watching his highlights when we drafted him. I was stoked about him, and he just never has had the opportunity, and things that just have not been going well for him. So I'm hoping shit turns around for him. One thing I will say, Tristan Ebner, he had a great game as well. He seems like he's kind of like a fight for his yards kind of guy. Like, it seems like we are establishing a very good running back room. Obviously, with Montgomery starting and then Khalil Herbert at the 2, Ebner's going to be that third down back, I think. He's got that kind of like, he's a little smaller, but he's got that low center of gravity. He's got that elusiveness. He's shifty. I think he could be a very solid third down back. So I'm looking forward to see how he plays out. I hope he does get opportunity. Obviously, you can only have so many touches in a game, so it's all going to be situational. Maybe we'll use him on the outside. That in his college highlights, he was a receiver. So maybe we'll use him for kind of plays like that. Kyler Gordon, he played well. I think he had a few slip-ups, but they got called back by penalties. One thing, I love the fact that we're not getting penalized like crazy. The Cowboys, I think they had a shit ton of penalties their first game. Every team that I've seen so far gets a bunch of penalties. Our team is coaching. I put a video out this before. One of my previous videos here. Coaching. That's a coaching thing. When Matt Nagy was here, we were getting penalized all over the place, and that's discipline. These guys, they're learning. I feel like in practice, every time they like maybe make a false start or they hold or they fuck something up, they get punished, and I hope that's the case because penalties, they can be drive killing, they can be game killing, they can be momentum killing. Penalties, I mean, if you time a penalty in a bad spot, things can just slope down. I mean, and you saw it last night. We had that pass, our biggest penalty of the night, the pass interference. The pass interference penalty was 27 yards or something like that, and then they scored. And then they were there, and then they scored the 2-point conversion, and then they kicked the onside kick. In a real football game, I mean, think about it like this: if in a real football game, let's say it's week 2, Sunday night against the Packers in Lambeau. If we're playing well, and then all of a sudden we start getting these penalties, and then in our heads we're going, oh shit, here we fucking go again. That's where it starts. We can't let that happen. So that's just an example, but it's any regular season game that we're trying to win. Those penalties you just can't have. And the fact that we haven't been having them, I really hope that holds true for the regular season. I really hope that carries on because that's gonna be a culture-setting thing. Is how we're gonna be one of the less penalized teams in the league. We're a clean team. First of all, we play with heart, we play with passion, and we're a clean team. We play everything by the book, by the rules, and we play hard. That's what I want to see our culture established as, and it's becoming a little bit clearer every time that we do it. Now, obviously, you have to execute on the ball, and I'm getting a little bit away from the game the other night here, but I will finish it out with here. Jaquan Brisker, that guy hits. That guy, it feels like every time he makes a hit, it's like, oh shit. So watch out for him. I'm hoping that he's going to come out and cause some fumbles and make some noise this season. I think he has a chance. I hope I'm not missing anybody. Oh, hey, Simba. That guy Simba. I can't remember his last name. I want to see more of him too. He looks pretty, number 10. He looked pretty sick last night. How cool is it that his first name is Simba? His first letter it's Simba with an N at the front. So it's N Simba, but the N is silent. And he looks good, to be honest. He looks good. I think he returned a kick too. Nothing crazy, but he got the touchdown. Oh, no, he didn't get a touchdown. Shit. He was close to getting a touchdown, but he played well. I was excited about that. I still want to see Valdez Scantling. Not fucking Valdez. Get that shit out of here. I want to see St. Brown, Equinemius St. Brown. I want to see him out there. I think he's hurt. So is Byron Pringle. So our wide receivers are pretty thin right now, but it's giving our chances for guys like Simba. So, it's preseason. See some light in it. Simeon looked good. Truthfully, Peterman looked good too. But, it's good to see that, these guys are capable at some capacity. But Fields, I want to see a little bit more from him. He looks he looks good. He doesn't look bad. He definitely has some room to improve on, and so I'm hoping they do. Darnell Mooney almost had that touchdown catch in the corner. That would have been a fucking highlight, but it wasn't meant to be. Overall, on a game like that, you can't really complain too much. There was nothing really to complain about on the Bears side. So I thought we executed very well. The Seahawks, I mean, the level of competition from preseason week 1 to preseason week 2 is obviously, night and day a little bit, but it's who you play, truthfully. So I'm looking forward. Week 3, we are playing on Saturday against the Browns. I think my phone's about to die here. We are playing against the Browns. I'm looking forward to it. I don't think Deshaun Watson's going to play anymore, which kind of blows. Would have liked to see him, but we are playing on Saturday. So there will be more videos from now until then, and then after then, and then the whole rest of the season. So use that as a reason to subscribe if you like this video. It's all Bears talk. All we do is Bears, and we're trying to make it as passionate as possible because, even for a struggling team, someone's got to do it. So I love the game. I love the team. We're hoping for the best, and let's hope you are too. Hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment down below what your thoughts, what your opinions are about that game, about the Bears in general, and hit that like button. And we always appreciate the support. But I will see you in the next video, and as always, go Bears.